This is a place I'd like to stop for a second and just because a lot of people will watch this, that there's all kinds of different people that will watch this interview. But because of the field that our company is in of futures thinking and futures studies, and there's degree programs in that. And it's varied because, somebody like Dr. Marcus Busey, another big fan of yours, who started the program in Sunshine Coast in Australia, the Futures Studies program there, he may have even introduced me to you years and years and years ago. I'm not sure. And he sort of represents sort of a part of that field that for hundreds of years, there's been articles written that very much dive into the essence of a lot of what you're talking about and saying, and from the perspective that futures thinking is not about just the future, it's about the past, it's about the present, it's about the way that we perceive consciousness, and it's about the meadow, because to really think about any aspect of future, past, present, all the combining of that really takes a meadow. And then you've got this more popular, on the surface expression of the field of trends, and I'm trying to find trends, and I'm trying to help companies identify what those trends are. And a lot of it is about path dependency. Really, it's like I'm going to find a trend, and it's really how that organization can leverage the trend so they can remain the caterpillar. But then, of course, they're not the caterpillar or the butterfly anymore. They just become this nothingness, a zombie. That's why, right? I think it really spoke to me so much. And there's a tension across this wide open field of futures thinking or future studies or futurism or whatever you might want to call it. And I don't need to offer to you, but I'm offering to you, and I think it'll be a lovely thing for people to hear. It's like your sort of expression of what you're saying into this field of futures thinking, which I don't know how deeply you're aware of, some of the writings and the journals and the studies about it. But from what I've even just expressed now, for you to comment on thinking about the future, I think it was Benita Roy that said, dreaming ourselves awake and falling in love with the future in that way. It's a different way of looking at things. And the zombie caterpillar, you can see why I'm mentioning this, because it speaks so much to that. Is it, can we future in that way? Is it just keeping things the same? Is it just path dependency and looking at futures consciousness in a completely different way, and how we might do that for, today, the organizations and governments and those things that do exist and how they transform?
Well, now I have to read you Kinky.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly why I mentioned.
Okay. So I'll read you Kinky, and then I want to read you another one that for me speaks to some of what you're saying. Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. So Kinky. When you see the clarity of a future horizon, turn quietly into the thick bush. The more elegant response is the one that wiggles, slipping from grasping anxiety, avoiding clean edges. Time brings a way through the impossible, but it oozes, slimy, entranced by the twisty, sticky, unwieldy bits, the tangents, the detours, the curly pockets of crud and life. The clear path is itself a warning, trimmed and tucked by Procrustean impulses of industrial habit. Instead, find the vital tangle of broken lines and crags, a fest of possibility in the festering, societies of ideas decomposing. Stinky belly buttons have more to offer the scouts now than 1,000 articles of strategic analysis. Weird dreams, untidied, sing the airy maps, so they will not be found by the ones looking for management, and their numbers will mock their lovers. Memories are rioting against reason. The future won't fit into the fear of rotting. It is the green fur itself. The future is kinkier than we thought.